glasses. Ready? All right. Hey, yeah, right. I'm Eric, managing editor here at CMJ. Here we are here at Action News. I know I keep saying that. No one believes it's Action News because it just says CMJ. Anyway, we're here with Night Harvest all the way from Sheffield, England, everybody. Give them a hand out there in the digital world, man. I'm going to shove a microphone in their face as we talk to them. Thus is the history of interviews. So give us your name and what you do in said duo.
I'm Ben and I play guitar and sing-ish.
I'm Liam and I play drums.
You don't sing-ish?
Nah, not sing-ish.
Drum-ish?
I drum-ish. I can't sing-ish. So.
I play guitar but I only sing-ish.
Alright, so I'm going to get this out of the way because you're probably tired of it. But you gotta ask, Sheffield, England, the Pulp documentary. Did you guys see the Pulp documentary?
No, I've not seen it, but I've been made a cup of tea by Jarvis Cocker before.
Okay, that I'm sure you've told the story and it may have appeared elsewhere, but go nuts. Tell the story of when Jarvis Cocker served you tea.
Well, there was a girl at my school and Jarvis Cocker was her uncle. I just went to her house one night, like 15, school uniform. Walked in, Jarvis Cocker was there, and I was like, shit. Ran upstairs, got changed into my cool clothes. I was like, hey man, yeah, nice to meet you. And he was like, do you want a cup of tea? And I was like, yes.
Wow.
That was the whole thing.
Did he make a good cup of tea?
Yeah, it was good, yeah.
Wow.
Good tea.
Wow.
He's been doing it for long enough.
Yeah. So that was the one and only last time you saw him, or what?
Yeah, that was the last time I saw him. My housemate that I live with actually worked at his dad's funeral too.
Wow.
Because he does like a catering company.
Right.
So he worked at his dad's funeral. So that's the only. He's a very Sheffield. He still lives in Sheffield, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of, you should see the movie. It's pretty good because it's really more about the town, kind of. And it's about, apparently it's like their last show ever that they're doing, and it's the end of this tour, and they're going to do it in Sheffield. So they're kind of interviewing people from the town characters, you know. And I'm interested in how people, you know, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and a lot of people, if anybody has any notions of Cleveland, Ohio, it's usually old, crazy shit from the past, and if you actually live there, it's not really like that. So I'm wondering how somebody who actually lives in Sheffield, how the town is presented to people outside of it. It's very working class.
It's very like steel working class.
Like Cleveland.
Yeah, all of the cutlery like I think still like most of the cutlery in England's made like in Sheffield still, yes. Like knives and forks, it's like that's it.
I know what cutlery is. I mean,
every knife and fork. Yeah, I don't know. It's very like northern. It's very working class and like
Very old man.
With a flat cap.
are you guys old men in the pub in training?
I'm hoping to be an old man one day.
I hope so, yeah.
It's all we can hope for.
All right. So you're not yet. You have one album out so far, right? Am I wrong about that?
We have one. Yeah.
And it's called Hairball. And so the other obvious question is cats. Do cats mean anything in your life? Is Hairball all about cats? I think of hairballs like cats cough up hairballs. But what did you get the title for?
I don't know, we just like the word.
We like the word, but I think a lot of us, yeah, Lou hates cats. I like cats.
I'm a dog person.
Oh, okay.
But like, I think most of the songs on the album are about like throwing up, like being. We wrote on the road, so it's kind of like tour, like not feeling great, throwing up kind of thing. And it was like a polite way of saying that instead of like calling the record like being sick.
On the road, so you tour. If you're writing a record on the road, you tour a lot in England, maybe?
Yeah, last year we toured like 100-something days out of the year.
150 maybe. We pulled off this year, like there was the build up to the album, so we just toured our asses off, wrote the album, went home, recorded it, and we looked at our schedule last year. We did like 150 something shows. We did America, Europe twice, the UK like 3 times.
Where in America have you gone so far?
Just East Coast. We did from like the northeast down all the way to Florida. And we did we played CMJ last year, but they were both like unofficial shows. So this is like our official.
Well, speaking of that, get that out of the way really quick. Where and when are you playing CMJ?
We play tomorrow at Shea Stadium for the Top Shelf show at midnight. We play Cake Shop on Friday at 2 for Terror. We play Saturday at 7:30 at Pete's Candy Store in Brooklyn for Riot Act, and then we play Webster Hall for Don't Need No Melody on Saturday night at 10:30.
Wow, that's cool. Nice.
I've memorized that now.
That's pretty good, yeah, club names and everything. So you went all the way down to Florida. Any good? Usually Florida is insane and weird, and bands either never go back or they go back there a lot. Any good Florida story?
Do the Billboard story.
No. Well, we just think it's really weird how like it's super religious, like in the south.
It's super what?
Religious.
Oh yeah.
You know, like we just don't have any of that in England, and like just driving past some of the billboards is so funny. Like,
one of them was like something about like
so sketchy.
Like God is your only friend. Like weird.
Well,
but,
sometimes in Florida, I bet you feel like that.
Huge billboards that are like just about like abortion and stuff. That's mad. But in England, like there's obviously people who are for and against all these things, but we don't like have like 90-foot billboards like on the motorway or freeway or whatever. We drove past like 10 in a row and we were like, this is just crazy.
And there's funny stories about some of those billboards. They'll buy one and you're supposed to rent it for like 6 months, and these companies either go out of business or they forget about it or whatever. So some of these billboards stay up for like 2, 3, 4 years.
So they're just a bit out of date too.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. But no crazy running into meth heads or any of those Florida stories?
No, not really.
No alligators.
How did the shows actually go?
We were there for a festival. It was called the Fest.
The Fest. Yeah.
So, like,
that's a good one. Yeah.
It seemed like a lot of them crazy people might have been out of town that weekend. It was just full of like
It was the punks, yeah. Like I think it's they do the fest every weekend, the same weekend as the last football away game.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
all the college kids fuck off and all the punks come in. So it's kind of like nice.
Yeah, the Fest is cool. It's really called the Fest, and it's what town is it in again?
Gainesville.
I think they've been doing it for maybe over 10 years.
This is the 14th one.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. It's always all indie and
good,
punk bands and stuff. What kind of venue is it that you play?
We played. What was it called? The Atlantic.
Yeah,
it's called the Atlantic. It's just like a 400 cap wooden
like
room,
club.
wooden club, yeah, club venue. And it was awesome. It was like people crowd surfing and going crazy, and like knew the words to the songs, which we didn't expect to. It was like really cool.
So besides our fucked up relationship to religion in this country, what are some other screwy things you think about America since you played here actually? Guns. Is that bad? Oh yeah, the gun thing. You've had gun run-ins since you?
No, we haven't.
Well, even just like getting up the plane, it's like even seeing like security guards stood there with like guns. I'm like, I've never seen a gun in my life.
Yeah. I've never seen a gun.
Well, that's changing. I think I'm throwing this political.
New York's doing good, right? Aren't they doing like there's no handguns there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think in general, like I grew up in Ohio and. I'm not going to bore you with American history or whatever, but it's just kind of like, I think there's more of an assumption that there are guns than there really are. There's a lot of guns in this country, but like I grew up, I never saw any guns in Northern Ohio, just like never. But of course there's a lot of guns.
Yeah, I think it's just because we like never grew up here, so we just come and we're like, oh my god, I hope we don't see a gun. It's the first thing we think about, like.
Although we did go to like, there was that massive like outdoor shop we went to, and there was like a massive wall of guns, like 100.
Oh shit, yeah, we went to go and buy a tent when we were on tour last time, because we were like camping in someone's garden in Florida, and we went to buy a tent at some like huge like camping store, and they had like a wall of guns, and we were just like, fuck.
Oh, I have one of those. No, I know, it's ridiculous, completely ridiculous. But so you toured one time in the East Coast, and then is this a tour or just for CMJ?
We're just here for CMJ this time. We're probably coming back in March to do South by in a tour.
Are you gonna get to stay here for a few days and like actually just hang out? Or?
Yeah, we've been here since Monday, so it's been like.
We don't start playing shows till Thursday, so we've got 3 days to like. We've had 3 days to like.
Have you done anything non-musical? Got to see anything, or is it like press, like shit like this, or what?
Yeah, we've not really. We've not really done any like super touristy things.
Because we did it last year. The touristy stuff.
Yeah, we've just been like going to a few pubs and that, and chilling out with friends and stuff.
I want to ask, when you tour through the UK, how many, what's in general, like if you said we're going to do a UK tour, like how many dates would you usually do, and do you really go up into Scotland and Ireland as consistently?
We did a headline tour in April and did 10 shows. You can pretty much hit like all 10 main places to be. So you've got like Glasgow, that's the only one we do in Scotland, Cardiff, that's the other one you do in Wales, and then you do like London, Brighton, Birmingham, Manchester, Nottingham, Leeds, Sheffield, Newcastle maybe. That's it. They're like the hot 10. And then there's smaller places in between. You could definitely do like a 2.5 week tour of the UK and you could really hit everywhere. But I just think like playing Hull is shit compared to like, you may as well just play Leeds because it's only an hour away and people will actually turn up to the show in Leeds. Do you know what I mean? So we call them like the A cities.
I remember Leeds. I was in a band. I remember Leeds being. They were always really fun shows.
Best scene in England by miles. Sheffield's like 45 minutes from Leeds. So we played like our first few shows were like in Leeds as well.
So what kind of club in Sheffield would you play? House shows or clubs or what kind of?
Yeah,
pubs, like bar, like clubs.
Yeah, like pub venues. Like the last headline show we did in Sheffield was like a 250 cap venue, but there was 300 people in there, so like oversold it. But next time we're gonna do slightly. Because it's the hometown. We're gonna go like maybe to like, is it 450? Yeah, we're gonna move up.
So you guys feel like you're at a point now that like you'd rather just go tour Europe or something? Like you kind of like everyone loves their own country, but you know what I mean? Or you like I want to go see other shit? Or?
We did Europe like quite a lot. Yeah. It's cool and everything, but I just don't know if we go down very well out there compared to. Yeah, it's weird. It's like
only Paris and Berlin, and then everywhere else is.
I feel like it's sort of. I don't want to say behind, but it feels like it's behind.
People in Paris still listen to like metalcore.
Germany,
yes, dude.
Yeah, like
everyone at our German shows that weren't from Berlin, like all the Berlin hipsters were at. That was cool. Like all the cool like Berlin sunglasses, you know, Bauhaus dudes and stuff. But then if we played anywhere else that was like, I don't know, something big or whatever, like 2 hours up.
Something we love that town.
Yeah,
crazy.
That crazy.
Kids are crazy.
But anyway, there was just loads of kids in like mesh shorts wanting to mosh, and we were like, that's not going to be what you're
mesh shorts.
Yeah, like hardcore kids. Yeah. And we're not a hardcore band like at all, and they were just like, there's a gig on, let's go. And they were expecting it to be some sort of like metal band, and we walked on stage and they were like, no, we don't like this. It's weird.
It is weird because I mean, in a lot of ways, like I think parts of Holland and Scandinavia, they're kind of new bands go there. You
like
get
Ice
paid,
Age,
so you go.
Where like Ice Age and all those bands from? Denmark and stuff. They've got the whole like indie scene down. Like
we just interviewed a band yesterday. It's a band from Oslo called Death by Unga Bunga. Like a garage band. It's pretty fun. Yeah, they were pretty good. I saw them last night.
All those, I think that side of Europe's like got it more. Like we do well in Paris and Berlin, and then like other than that.
That's funny because Paris has that reputation. Like a lot of people, when you grow up in America, people go, "Oh, New York audiences, they just stand there. You know, they're so jaded because they've seen everything." And I always felt that New York audiences. It depends on the band. You know, I felt New York audiences were pretty good. And Paris, same thing. We always heard shit about Paris, and then you go to Paris, and actually the crowds are pretty good.
I always feel like the bigger cities, like I guess the crowds are a bit quiet. Like in London as well, it's always fairly quiet.
Yeah, like
not so much quiet, but like, who knows? The
thing is, they go to. There's like 3 gigs to go to every night, so they've seen it all before. Whereas like a show in Leeds, it's like, yes, touring bands always go through Leeds, but it's like everyone will go and like be like, yeah, let's have a big one, let's go to beers, let's crowd surf, let's have fun, and then let's hang out with the band and get like fucked up afterwards. Whereas in London, it's like, I've got work at 7 in the morning tomorrow. I'm only here because whatever, you know. I think it's not jaded, but I think it's just like the big city kind of like, you've seen it all before, you know.
Yeah, like not to be a company man here, but I think one of the good things about CMJ and one of the good things about playing CMJ, official or not,
I'm
plugging. No, but I was in a band, and not just CMJ, but some of the smaller like indie kind of, not the giant 3 stages out in the middle of the desert. That's fine, whatever. But you know, but these kind of festivals, like I lived in Columbus, Ohio for a long time. So like a band like you guys, you might come through maybe on your 3rd album or something, you know.
Yeah, but it's somewhere we do.
And so kids from those towns come to CMJ because they can see all these bands in a few days that might never get to their hometown. So that's why it's good to play here. Because a lot of locals are like, well, that band they played last month, or they're going to be back next month.
There's so many people here who have never seen us who are like, shit, I'm probably never going to get to see them. Maybe. Not for another like year or so. So they come.
Unless they wanted to go to Sheffield. And for your last question, should they go to Sheffield ever? What's the first place they should go to? First place. Doesn't have to be a restaurant, bar, shop, footy field. I don't know. Where should they go? Where's the place to
Hillsborough. Hillsborough. The Sheffield Wednesday ground. Hillsborough. If you're talking about bars, like, is it the Gatsby anymore? Or like, nah, it's over now. It's over, dude. Did it turn you away? They nearly kicked me out there. Tom likes to. Right. The first place you go to. Huh?
I mean, feel free to give us your addresses and we'll tell everybody to go to your
They should go to Delicious Plum Studios, which is like our collective studio us and a few other bands all run in Sheffield together. We do shows, we record bands, we do sessions.
What's it called again?
Delicious Clan.
Okay.
It's our friends, but they run it, we don't. We just help. But
And that's where you recorded the album?
No, we demoed the album.
Oh, okay.
We recorded like Manchester.
Oh, okay. All right, well, is that good enough, fellas?
That was great.
Any last words? Bloody hell, that's the last word. Thanks, Nye Harvest. Thanks for watching on Periscope, and go see one of their 4 shows that they waddled off earlier. Bye, everyone.
Cheers. Thanks.